Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai, Echad. You know me by the name of Hannah, but that is not the name that I call myself. I call myself Isha Keshet Ruach, the woman of heart and spirit. Not of heart and heart, no, for I have plenty of love to offer this world. Not of heart and mind, no, for I have clarity of thoughts and clarity of hope for this world. No, heart and spirit, for spirit is what is broken by seeing the injustices of the world and feeling powerless to create change within it. You may ask why I feel powerless. Well, it's because I'm a woman in the ancient Near East. I have no land, no money, no clout within my community. I do have a loving husband, Elkanah. He brings me gifts and reminds me that I'm his favorite, despite my barrenness. That barrenness, of course, being the ultimate injury, since it's the only way for a woman of this society to have an impact, to carry her values forward, to carry her thoughts forward through a male heir. The only chance at having my light, my life, surpass me. My sister wife never fails to remind me that I'm barren, continue to rubbing salt in the wounds, taunting me, laughing at my misery. I'm not what you would call a righteous person. Good, maybe. Kind, perhaps. But righteous, certainly not. When you wake up each day to a broken world with a feeling you have no resources to create change amidst it, you grow skeptical there's something worth being righteous for. I've grown weary that my contribution to this world will be no more than a footnote in some man's story, forgotten, my name forgotten, my thoughts, my words neglected. And yet, when you feel utterly hopeless, sometimes those are the moments you're willing to try anything just to continue forward. Last night, I went to the place of the priests, a place of prayer. I came in, cheeks red, anger bursting like lightning forth from my soul as I ran in with rage and anger, with broken spirit. My sister wife, Penina, had just taunted me in front of her children, my family, belittling me, continuing to teach hate with every word to her children. How to hate someone who is different from them, who is less than them, by a meaningless societal standard. I was enraged. I'd never set foot in the place of the priests, but as though my mind knew, my heart knew, my feet carried me swiftly to its door, and as I passed through, I cried, I screamed, I punched the dirt. I'm not here to pray. I'm here to demand. Fortunately, Eli, the head priest, had not seen my display. He only entered once I was already listing my demands, my grievances before you. Seeing my mouth moving, seeing my body shaking on the ground, he thought me drunk and was ready to send me on my way. But when his eyes saw my face dripping with tears, he withdrew with growing awareness, humbly apologizing, gazing at me with almost a too knowing look, as though there was a glow around me. His look seemed to be filled more with awe than with pity, pity being a look that I know all too well. Go in peace, he said. And may Adonai grant you all that you have asked for. Not all that I had prayed for, but what I had asked. I don't know if it changed anything. I don't know if I'll wake tomorrow to my known life or to a beginning of a new one in which I'll be able to share my values, my thoughts, my knowledge with the next generation. But I do know that in that moment, I felt seen. I felt valued by Eli, or perhaps, just maybe, by something greater than myself. Eli respected the passion, the depth with which I had prayed, and it seemed that perhaps someone actually finally heard me, finally held me through my anger, finally giving me enough support to continue forward. Adonai Echad. Your name is one, but you, Adonai, you, God, have created a world, big and small, atomic, cellular, advanced, complex structures. I've seen the vividness, the diversity of your trees, your plants, your fruits, your animals. You should be known as Adonai Tsevaot, the God of multitudes. But if you have so many vast multitudes, if you have this abundance to give, then why overlook me? Why overlook me when you know what I would teach? You know what I would offer in kindness and equality, in love, to do the work that you have commanded us of loving our neighbor. Why open doors to so many and close the doors to me, to my ability to help raise a better future when I have acted with loving kindness every day of my life? That's why I broke. That's why I came to that place and demanded instead of asking politely or quietly praying. Because I can't depend on the systems of our society to keep an eye out for me. No one is held accountable for making sure that the voices of the strong-willed but broken in spirit are captured throughout history. So those of us with enough chutzpah to demand what we want to see, we have to demand it from within ourselves to help make it happen. My story will continue to unravel, as will yours. Yes, it may feel that there's always a step behind in our stories, a step behind whatever is coming ahead. But we also have the ability to approach each moment and what self we choose to bring to it. When your spirit gets broken, some of us respond with righteous anger. Righteous anger. Anger isn't something to be feared. It's something to evaluate. It can become fear of the unknown so much that you will angrily defend and protect all that you can understand. Or anger can become that fire, that creative spirit that will help to build and shape something new. That spark that can ignite a great flame of change. So why is it so important that I must demand it from the divine, or from the world, from myself? I ask you, what is so important to you that you must demand it from yourself, from something greater, from your world? Avinu Adonai, Malkeinu Tsevaot, God of multitudes. Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our Parent, our Sovereign. I ask you, renew our days, renew our ability to find that Tsevaot, to find the abundance that exists within each and every one of us.